On tonight's First Candidate Conversations, Cayman 27's Reshma Raghunath sits down with Tyson.
Welcome to Candidate Conversations. Today I'm joined by Ms. Tyson, who's running in the Georgetown South constituency. Let's talk about Tyson. Introduce yourself to the voters.
Well, I'm Tyson, and so I have a lot of different hats that I've worn over the years. So I guess I'll say that I'm a social worker by profession. I have a master's degree in social work. Background is in psychology. You know, that's my academic background. I worked for the Cayman Islands government for 16 years as a social worker, community development manager, and left as a head of department and training and development manager. I'm also an author, and I've written a book called I'm Somebody's Mama. Yeah, but people pretty much know me from a lot of different places.
You've been on the ground campaigning in Georgetown South. What would you say are the top 3 issues in that constituency?
That is such an interesting question, Reshma, because I actually have a constituency that's split. And so I have a lot of different areas of concern for the different areas that exist within Georgetown South. So Georgetown South is a part of Windsor Park, it's Walker's Road, and it's a part of South Sound and South Church Street. So very different issues, but I think some of the ties that bind or the threads that connect us are education. Very concerned about education and having the best education for our children. That's one. Family and community, very, very important as well. Strengthening families, assisting families with just thriving in their own country. I've heard that throughout the entire constituency, wanting Caymanians to be first. They want to see that old Cayman again. They want that community. They want all the things that we hold dear as a culture. That's from every single area of Georgetown South. I've heard that. When do we get back to what Cayman was?
So how would you carry forward these issues in terms of resolution and solving the issues that you've come across in your campaign on the ground?
Well, some of the issues, like in terms of education, you know, we're building a lot and we have great facilities, but now it's time to stop that and kind of go back to how do we make sure that within these beautiful facilities we have the proper structures, we have, you know, the proper people in place, literacy specialists, for instance, free tutoring for all of our school-age children, you know, better salaries for teachers, you know, so that we have a better recruitment process. Another thing is to revitalize our culture, and I think that, you know, I'm creating my manifesto. I don't want to call it that per se, but that's the name that we're using. But it's not full of promises of here's what I'm going to do, but it's more of things that I will look at and you know, suggest or work along with groups of people when the 19 get elected to ensure that we're able to thrive in our own country.
So tell me, or rather tell the voters, why should they vote for you?
I've worked with vulnerable people. I've worked across the board as a social worker with affluent people as well as vulnerable people. I'm very, very aware of people and issues. I'm smart. I'm qualified. I have tenacity. I have heart. And I go for it, and I don't back down. And I think that that's who should be voted for at the end of the day. Someone who's going to take your concerns seriously, who's going to go to bat for you, who's not going to back down, and who is going to have your best interest at heart. Someone who's going to involve you in the process, who's going to hold you accountable for your success, and who's going to want you to succeed, just like everybody else. That's why I think you should vote for me. I think I'm the clear choice.